All right, here's part B of porting and polishing. Where we last left off, I was explaining to you of this cylinder here, all of the pits in it. But I want you to notice this lip right here on this cylinder. That's what we're going to grind out right there. And we're just going to maintain the same port angle down. So I'll show you here. You see where I ground this off right here and maintained the port angle. So in effect, what you're looking at, if you look at this visual up here, here's your intake port and here's your transfer port right here. The lip, this little lip that I'm talking about is this lip right here. But you want to maintain the same angle all the way down through there. So you're going to eliminate that lip so it's one solid angle all the way down. Anyway, that's about all on that. So also on this cylinder, besides grinding this out, I started on the exhaust port right here. And you see this port here was originally oval shaped on this side. Well, I started on this side for a demonstration how I've squared this port up right here, and then I'll do the same thing over here. But you don't want to go too wide on these ports, any ports for that matter, because you could get into a problem what we call ring clipping, and that's where the ring actually extends into the port. So anyway, when you get done grinding this out here, like I showed you, I'm going to grind the whole thing out, although it's still only necessary to grind this little bit out right here and then polish it out. On the ports, or on the exhaust side here, let's chuck this up because there's a couple really important things that I want you to see here. Now, smoothing this exhaust out right here, you can see we're going to have to grind this lip off right here on the bottom and this lip on the top. But this gasket is too wide and it sticks out into the exhaust. That's going to cause cavitation. So we're actually going to trim this gasket all the way down on both sides. So it's the same diameter and height as the exhaust port. And I mic'd it out earlier. Remember, old school, no digitals. I mic'd the distance in here, up and down, like that. So I knew how much to grind out on the exhaust cylinders, the mufflers. So the mufflers are already ground out to accept this. You want to maintain uniform on all the way around this, so you don't have any cavitation within the exhaust. It goes directly into the muffler, no swirling, no nothing. Anyway, that's really about all there is to that. And then, of course, we're going to grind this all out, polish it. Now, on the pistons, there's not a lot you're going to do to the pistons in this type of modify. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look at your pistons, you'll see some casting mark inside here on all of these. All you want to do is just take a really fine file and smooth those out flush with everything else and then polish them out. Now, when it comes to polishing these ports, remember I told you to make a couple of tools? This one here, and it chucks up in here. You just load this up in here, and this is going to be, you can even use a drill, it doesn't matter. But then you just stick it in here, and then you turn this, and then it polishes everything out of there, only a lot higher rate of speed. So there's that. And then another thing that I use is basically the same type of tool I made, only I cut a wider slot in here because it's a lot easier to get your steel wool in here. And that's what you'll use for polishing the rest of this cylinder out. And then there's some abrasives I like to use. Lapping compound for lapping valves into the seats. it makes a nice polish out of it. But okay, strapping. Remember I was big on strapping? Here's another tool made from this metal strapping. If you don't have one of these, you can make a piston ring compressor like that from a piece of strapping. Easy, free tool. All right. I believe the next episode is throating carbs and oversizing venturis. That's I'm not going to do a lot of that because there is so many variations on carburetors, but I'll give you the basic idea so you can understand the limitations on throating and oversizing venturis. But until then, take your time, go slow, and I'll see you in a week or two, and we'll look at the porting and polishing done on these two 038s, and then we'll move on. All right, everybody, thanks. Have a good day, and I'll see you down the road. Peace.